Two Cents Social is a solution for small to medium businesses. Take a little bit of different approach than what a traditional PR firm or marketing firm might offer a small business. We try to offer those same services in a box as a service online. And we'll give you the same advice, the same guidance on improving your online presence that a consultant might. I spent a couple of weeks, I think, talking to a few different firms, and I spoke to one of the directors at Idyllic. I sent him a rough spec about what I was trying to build and what we were trying to accomplish. And I could tell just from the quality of conversation, he got it. He understood working with startups, he understood my needs as a company, and he understood it better than the other folks that I was talking to. Idyllic provided the back-end development work for Two Cents Social, so they created the actual application that our users use and log into. I leverage them as people who would give me just general engineering advice on the architecture and structure of my project. And that was one of the most valuable things, is to have someone you could go to with just questions about, well, I'm thinking about this, it's not really part of what we're exactly working on right now, but how would you design it, or how would you plan for it in the design for a future feature? The product that they produced was fantastic. It allowed us to validate whether we were solving a real need in the market and whether folks could actually use the software that we produced. And so we're in a process of refining some of our original thoughts, but it was, they lended a tremendous amount of engineering expertise, and they set us up so that, if there were new features that we wanted to build in the future, we had a good framework and a good grounding to be able to do that. I had experience working with an outsourced company from some prior work experience. And the biggest challenge there is obviously when you're in different time zones, it's communication. And so, I didn't have reservations working with an outsourced company, but I wanted to make sure they were the kind of people that would be responsive, and people that I could get a hold of, people that I could have an open line of communication with, because it's really important when you're trying to create something together. We had weekly status calls where I always felt like I knew what they were working on. They always knew what I was working on. And in addition to that, if we needed to have an extra few calls a week, it was very easy to set those up. They're available via Skype. Pretty much if I were to log on a little later in my evening, their morning, we could go over whatever we needed to. The other thing that I would give just other startups in my position is, it's a relatively low risk, so give them a chance, work with them for 2 weeks and see how it goes. That's the beauty of the outsourced model, is you can try it without risking very much, and you'll be surprised, I think. Idyllic was fantastic in providing us technical guidance. I've recommended Idyllic just as soon as yesterday, so I recommend them. I recommend them to people who ask me about how I accomplish my engineering goals. I stay in touch with their developers all the time, and they're definitely someone I'm going to go with.